It's only his fault.
It's always his fault. Anyway, hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to The Echo.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going on Saturday, the never-ending Saturday.
Look, you remember how Leo's route was. Where the
it's
Saturday and Sunday are like 20 hours long.
But it's been really interesting.
It's been good.
I like this one. This one's pretty good. It's a lot less like because Leo's route was all just relationship drama until you got like it was relationship drama and also getting kidnapped by a serial killer.
Yeah, but wasn't that cool?
That was really cool.
Didn't you like Brian?
I mean,
wouldn't you simp for Brian?
I wouldn't simp for him. I enjoyed his role in this story, and I enjoyed his character in this story.
He likes Snagglepuss.
He was very spooky, and we got to watch him get fucking bodied.
Yeah.
Supposedly get bodied by a
He just got
creature.
shot.
Brian?
Yeah.
He didn't get shot.
Well, that was later. But in that one scene, he gets shot.
Did he come out? He didn't come out of the mine.
Well, we didn't see him come out of the mine.
That's what I mean. He didn't get. When would he have gotten shot? The last we saw of him, he got attacked by.
No,
the
before
creature.
that.
Oh yeah,
with
that's
Chase
right.
and Kudzu and friends.
Yeah. I'm referring to him getting.
Yeah, in the mine.
Eaten up in the mine.
Noises happened for sure.
For sure.
And Samuel was like, "I'm not looking back," and Chase was like, "I'm not even here."
What's an existence? I'm just a piece of toast for which the many various jams of other people to be spread upon.
That is the worst.
You don't love my metaphor. You don't love my chase.
Heard.
You don't love my chase my chase with Samuel Jelly and
What flavor would Samuel be?
Well, he's probably the best personality in Chase, so probably strawberry.
Okay,
which is the best one.
How much have you watched of the smoke room?
I'm a bit behind.
Okay, okay. They're not even being uploaded right now.
Well, I mean, how many episodes do you have out? Well,
13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm probably on like 8 or 9.
Okay. Not keeping up to date.
I'm sorry. It's fine. And they're long videos.
I'm trying to cut them down. I've been trying to keep things down to like 30 to 40 minutes instead of going to like 2 hours.
Yeah, which is fine. It works for me. You know, it works for me when I have time to sit down and watch them. But like that was my morning was just like I like this morning I sat on the couch and had up my phone and I listened to and I watched Life is Strange. It was very good.
Your biggest fan.
Is he? I don't know.
Is he? I don't know.
I see more of the same names in my comments than Darian talking about videos I've uploaded.
I look at all the comments on all of your videos.
That you watch?
What do you? Yeah.
Okay. It's not like you have access to the account.
No.
You can just like go like comments, look at all comments.
Yeah,
on
I have
the
to
channel.
go to the video if I want to see the comments.
Yeah.
I'm invested in your projects.
Sure.
I am. I care.
Clearly more than I am.
Clearly. I put in so much more effort into making these videos than you do.
Sure.
Pull your fucking weight.
Is that why I have to censor like every other part of like Smoker?
Yeah. Or write, record, and cut together a Digimon video. Fucking pull your weight, man.
Right.
Get on the level. Okay. Leo's quiet as he drives, occasionally checking the rearview mirror. Everyone else is pretty silent too. It's weird being in a car with Carl and him just sitting there quietly, not staring at his phone or anything. It's like he doesn't know what to look at and is stuck in pondering his own thoughts for a change. I look back at Jenna, who's monitoring her phone for any sign that the signal will stay consistent enough for her to get a message out. It's hard to believe it, but she was actually trying to apologize earlier. In her own weird way, of course.
You mean like you?
Like me?
Like how Flynn... Like how Flynn, like, he'll, like, kind of apologize and be nice, but it's in such a Flynn way that it's like...
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll take it. Part of me wanted to say I was sorry for what I said at the river about how she treats her family, but that would be lying. I'm not sorry for what I said, but I can tell when something hit hard and hurt more than I'm happy with. People dance around shit all the time when so much of this bullshit could have been avoided if people were just honest with each other. I rolled down the window and propped my knees up on the dash, craning my neck some to peer at TJ in the mirror. He knows I'm watching him. Hell, I think everyone's watching him. Even with Socket Man as a cover story, him keeping silent about all this for so long is just cruel. Did he truly think not mentioning the fur color of the person in the water with Sydney was for the best? Maybe he thought he could avoid a situation like this, our group getting shattered. Well, our group is fucked now. No way in hell I want to hang out with anyone but Carl after all this shit. And it wasn't like all the peaches, and it wasn't like it was all peaches and gravy these past few years anyway. Chase, TJ, and Jenna hadn't so much as texted me since they left for college. And Leo, he used to visit me back at the warehouse when I packed freight. We fucked a couple times, but he seemed to get more and more disgusted with the arrangement. I couldn't tell it. Yeah, they hooked up a few times, but Leo's definitely like but I want to love you too.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if it was with me or him, but it was awkward as hell. I mean, I'm not the sentimental type, but when you're being screwed by somebody and they glance away anytime you look at them, it makes you feel like shit. I eventually had enough.
I guess they just did it to get the rocks off. Like,
Yeah.
Probably just give it a shot. You know, they're gay and in this town, so they're like, You're like the only fuckable. You're like one of the only fuckable people in my immediate vicinity.
Man, that's definitely how like Flynn treats people.
Oh, for sure, for sure. There's no question. Told him I wasn't his fucking otter and to get a fleshlight like the rest of us. He cut me out of his life right then and there. Even stopped visiting Carl. It's shitty watching somebody who was once a social butterfly turn into an absolute recluse. For the first part of this week, he was trying so hard to act like his old self that nothing had changed. We were fags and weirdos in the middle of the butt-fuck nowhere. Of course we stuck together at first. But, as Carl says, shit's broke now.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we make the turn off onto Margaret Street, I spot the familiar dust-covered plastic flamingos that adorn Auntie's yard. That's so awesome. The manufactured house was built back in the 80s and still dons this sort of faded turquoise color scheme. She added these pink diamond-shaped bathroom tiles all around the roof's edge a couple of years ago, too. For Halloween and Christmas, she hangs up neon-colored tube lights, and I swear you can see her house lit up from miles away. I'm not entirely sure what aesthetic she's going for. Carl called it vintage trailer trash once, but I guess that's fitting enough. Leo slows the van some as we approach. I don't see any lights on. No car in the driveway. She can't have parked in the garage. Shit's still packed full of boxes of Uncle's stuff. Guys. The salamander pokes the glass of the window next to him, pointing at something across the street. That's Karen's place, right?
Our old bus driver?
It looks like somebody broke in. Is that recent? The colored glass in the front of the front door is shattered. Piles of Technicolor shards are splayed across the concrete porch. Yeah, very. As in, it wasn't like this when I stopped by this morning. People are taking advantage of emergency services being out. I hope she's okay. Her car's not here either. They broke her statue, too. The little sombrero Chihuahua man statuette she had next to the door is completely shattered. It's smashed into 100 pieces. The wooden Bienvenido sign that used to hang around his neck split in half and laying in the dirt.
Good.
Jenna mumbles. I clutch my rifle a little tighter, trying to see if there's any movement going on inside the house. It's completely still beyond the light swaying of pink lace curtains from the breeze outside.
It's still probably best we speak with the mayor. Perhaps with what's going on, she'd return to the city hall.
My heart drops in my chest. Yeah, that makes sense. Hopefully that crazy guy is gone by now. I don't know. She doesn't usually work Saturdays. Jenna raises an eyebrow at me.
Well, this isn't quite a Saturday, Flynn.
Leo sighs, putting the van into gear. City Hall it is. Oh no. Are we gonna find a dead otter? Holy shit.
It won't be the first time.
Whoopsie daisy!
Oh man.
Oh my god. It's well into the night by the time we pull into the gravel parking lot. Sure enough, Auntie's teal hatchback Jeep is parked by the side of the building. Daxton squints at it, then points. A Dastra bumper sticker. You fucking nerd. So, no one commented on that on me saying anything. But our friend Nika posted a meme in one of the chats on our Discord. Mm-hmm. And it was a meme using Adastra characters. And I just said fucking Adastra.
Oh no, you outed yourself.
Nobody said anything. Nobody knew what it was. Nobody knew what I said. It's fine. So it doesn't matter.
Was it funny?
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Okay.
It was a pretty funny meme.
Was it at Amicus's expense?
I think so. I'll try to find it for you later.
Okay.
On the chrome bumper, there's a decal of what I guess is a silhouette of Captain Amicus with some sort of insect on his face. In golden, spacey font, it reads, "These things are harmless. Don't worry. I didn't know your aunt was cool."
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
She's not.
that is a joke from Adastra.
What?
They have these like spider things that are like the size of bowling balls, but they don't actually hurt you. But sometimes they will just latch onto your face.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it happens to one of the side characters. The side character is explaining like, "Oh, these are harmless," and then it latches onto his face, and he
That's
freaks
so
out,
funny.
rolls on the floor, and then it just crawls away and just looks back at the main character and goes like, "You didn't see that."
That sounds horrible.
They have to like shoo them away from the gardens.
Why do they latch onto your face?
He accidentally spooked it.
But
They,
why?
they don't actively like go do it, but like if you spook them, like
They just jump on your face?
yeah,
That sounds awful.
yeah.
Sounds like a face crab from the Half-Life. From the Half-Life.
Well, I've never played Half-Life.
I thought you did.
What is this?
No.
Prometheus?
Yeah, right.
Hell yeah. The best
What
sequel.
is Alien? I've never watched the Alien movies.
You should watch
Oh, they're
Aliens.
so good.
Daisy
Yeah, I've never
Ridley is
watched
really
Aliens.
First
Not
one,
Daisy
second one,
Ridley.
great.
Fucking
Yeah,
Sigourney
Second one
Weaver's
really
great.
good.
that one's Aliens.
Aliens.
With
Aliens
Z,
with an
right?
It's an
It's an
S.
S.
It should be a Z.
It's not extreme.
It should be totally.
It's not
Wait,
extreme
no,
in the
is
Z
the
way.
whole Z thing like more of a 2000s thing?
Oh, for
You know what
sure.
happened in the 90s?
Did it?
Yeah, ants.
Shit.
Fuck.
Yeah, no, you're right though.
The first DreamWorks movie.
Oh my god. I can't.
Have y'all watched that movie recently?
I
No.
don't remember it.
No, I don't just watch ants.
I probably haven't watched it in probably like more than 5 years.
So I honestly keep threatening Issa that we should like do a DreamWorks do the full
please.
DreamWorks filmography.
Please do it.
And he's just
Issa, you have to. Issa, you have to do
and
it.
he's just like, no.
Because that means he has to watch everything.
That means he finally has to watch Kung Fu Panda.
But Issa, Kung Fu Panda is good, and Kung Fu Panda 2 is really good.
Panda 2 is really good.
Like, it really is, man.
It's arguably the best movie DreamWorks ever made.
That's so true.
That's fair.
It's really good. You guys should definitely do it.
Yeah.
Hey, if-
I also keep trying to get him to watch the Cars movies, and
Oh my
he
God.
does not take the bait.
Stop taking the bait. What bait?
See, we're starting to see around your shit, Josh. We're starting to be able to swerve. He almost tricked me into fucking watching the Descendants movies.
I was so close.
You conniving
I was
son of a
so
bitch.
close.
Like, yeah, let's do a podcast talking about all of the DComs. You like those, right? I'm like, yeah. Wait a minute, you fucker. I can see through your bullshit.
It took you long enough.
I grumble idly, my mind racing as I try to think of a distraction to keep everyone away outside. Everyone but Carl and I are already getting out of the van. The ram gives me a nervous look before nodding at me and speaking up. Dudes, wait a second. What? Such a bully. Leo's tone is curt as he
I'm a bully if he starts chewing on shit.
Right? Shoot him.
You just want me to...
Wouldn't it be fun?
You don't have to bully him for no reason.
I mean, I do.
But that's like extreme bullying. He doesn't want the water.
Man,
But it's
you should've
refreshing.
seen him the other day.
Leo's
He
tone.
was soaked.
Leo's
so
tone is
bad.
curt as he looks back at the ram, who's sluggishly pulling himself outside. I feel like I'm gonna be sick.
Now?
It's all that freeze-dried ice cream. It's so shitty, I can't handle it. Carl begins to make retching noises, and Jenna quickly covers her ears.
Oh God, Carl.
Ugh, please just don't throw up in my van, yeah?
Guys?
Carl continues to make some of the most visceral, gut-wrenching irping sounds I've heard. They practically sound wet.
Oh. Guys! There's a dead otter over here.
Oopsie. Not again. I turn and see what TJ's trying to get our attention for. A whole bunch of cars are driving down the road in our direction, like a convoy. I recognize the one in front. It's Mark in his SUV. He works here at City Hall. They start to pull up in the parking lot. Into the parking lot, it quickly filling up to the point where folks are starting to park on the road. What's going on? Here's my chance. That's Mark. Maybe he'll have some answers. I need to head inside real quick. I'll be right back.
Quickly slide out to try to
Smooth. Jenna nods slightly, watching what looks like a bunch of townsfolk get out of their cars in front of us. I pass the still hunched over Carl and give him a squeeze on the shoulder. Thanks. I feel like I'm actually going to puke now after that. Don't. I head inside. It's quiet when I enter, though I can hear the subtle sounds of shuffling paper coming from down the hall. I'm starting to feel this strange sort of pang in my head, like someone's pressing an ice pack to the front of my skull. Maybe it's because I'm nervous. Regardless, here I go. There she is. I walk lightly, peering around the corner into Auntie's office. Her fingers flick along various pages within a manila folder, her tropical flower print scarf swaying with her every movement. You stop that.
He doing things.
He do be. I watch her, illuminated only by the soft glow of the moonlight outside. I'm wrought with this uneasy sort of feeling, where I can't tell if she actually knows I'm here or not, or whether she cares. It's a familiar feeling, but never one I quite got used to. There's a hell of a ruckus outside. You looking for something?
Anything of substance regarding the whole hysteria business.
She speaks plainly. What?
I'll tell you in a second. Mark here yet?
She cranes her neck to peer out the tiny slitted window in the corner of her office. Yet there's not much of a view other than the side of a sagebush. I saw him pulling up in his SUV outside with like a whole convoy of folk following him. This about Clint? She looks up, seeming to notice my repeater for the first time. Her brow furrows.
You know, under any other circumstances, I'd give you a chewing out for bringing that inside. I did hear he's been making a hell of a scene around town, waving a gun around. Figured it was a meth binge until I saw Dale doing the same thing.
Diner Dale? That fucking otter is kind of a softie, ain't he? You don't think it's got to do with his painkiller addiction?
I popped 4 of the pills he takes earlier, you know, for the aches. It ain't the sort of thing to put you in a gunfighting mood.
I nod. Despite everything she's telling me, I can't really focus on it. I keep looking back toward the closed reading room door behind me. Fuck, might as well get it over with. I take a deep breath. Did you let Chase out?
What? Did you let Chase out of the closet?
She seems confused at the sudden change of topic.
Chase? Leo's lover boy?
Former lover boy. He hasn't been pounding on the door to get out?
Boy, what are you talking about? I haven't seen him since you brought him and the Hendricks boy to City Hall the other afternoon.
I turn, moving up to the hallway and unlocking the reading room door. I always thought it was weird that it had a lock facing the hall, though I think Auntie mentioned there used to be a back exit through here. What the hell?
Flynn, what did you do?
I ignore my aunt's exasperated voice as I push open the door, stepping into the dark room. It's mustier than a skunk's ass in here with all the rain damage. I can practically feel the mildew and mold on my toes as I run my hand along the wall. Eventually, I find the light switch. Chase? He's not in here? Carl's voice takes me by surprise, the ram standing slightly behind me. And of course, Daxton's there too, the salamander gawping at the interior like he's in some kind of museum. I can't believe you locked Chase up. Like, do city clerks have authority to do that?
Yes.
Not unless he's, archiving him. You told him? I glare down at the ram, who quickly throws up the flat of his paws defensively. He's your roommate, dude, come on. It's not like he's part of the old group anyway. Fortunately, like Carl said, I don't see the rest of the gang. Carl notices me peering past him and speaks up. They're, talking with Mark outside.
It's about time he showed up.
Hi, Mayor. Hi. The two of them wave awkwardly. Auntie looks at both of them with a sort of perplexed frown.
Hello, y'all.
She responds abruptly, quickly looking back to me.
Now, Flynn.
Just give me a sec. He's got to still be in here. I see a stained blue neck V-shirt laying on the ground in the corner by the old bookshelves. Chase! Still no response. It's then I notice there's something moving on his shirt. Little specks that seem to be gathering in the folds of the fabric. Oh, fuck me. I hold out my arm across the doorway, pushing Carl and Daxton back. Dude, what? Auntie, did Mark set off those bug bombs after work on Monday like I asked?
I'm assuming by your tone, he did not.
They hatched.
Oh, goodness.
Can we not play the pronoun game right now? What are you talking about? I see the unused can still sitting knocked over in the corner. Stay back, Black Widows. I lower my arm and walk over to it, quickly popping the top and watching the fogger begin to mist the foul-smelling fumigation spray into the air. The effect is near instant. The skittering pattern of little spiders begins to grow more erratic. I watch as an adult one on Chase's shirt clambers onto the top of an increasingly still pile of little spiders. It just sits there, writhing. I can feel something on my foot too, but my scales are too thick for it to be of any threat to me. I hear Carl mutter behind me. I take back what I've always said. You do have balls.
Excuse me.
Sorry, Mayor Moore.
Boys, I do not have time for this.
As I look past the shelves, I see a big lump of fur curled up in the corner under one of the old metal desks. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck! I dash over, grabbing at the otter's scruff and yanking his ass out of there. He's surprisingly light, and I realize I've never picked him up before. Oh, damn, is he okay? Water. Give me water.
There's some in the mini fridge. I'll get it.
As I pull him into better light, he looks like absolute shit. His lips are chapped and bloody, and the whiteness of his eyes are bloodshot. There's also dribbles of vomit on the floor, which I have the misfortune of stepping in. Vomit and spiders. Fucking great. Chase, wake the fuck up. I give his face a hard slap. Carl winces. The otter wheezes raspily, letting out a kind of low moan. Man, he's terrified of spiders. I know. Karma, right? The ram speaks in an uneasy tone, visibly uncomfortable at seeing Chase like this. Yeah, maybe. The next thing I know, Auntie's handing me a bottle of water. I bring it to his lips. Drink, you stupid idiot.
Is this a prank of yours? It ain't a real gutbuster, Flynn. Moreover, you're gonna drown him.
I feel a weird tingle in the back of my neck. Reluctantly, I step aside. I look at Chase, and part of me hopes he never wakes up. And I feel sick. Why is he just in his britches? I blink, glancing down and getting an eyeful of Chase's briefs.
You didn't undress him before you shoved him in there, right? Or was that part of it?
Jesus, no, God, no. I didn't do that. Daxton gives me a dubious look before shifting his concerned gaze back to the otter. Auntie, meanwhile, is propping his head up on a couple office chair cushions, quietly urging the otter to drink as she wets his lips. They part for a moment, and Chase complies enough to get a swallow down. Again, part of me breathes a sigh of relief, while the other half seems to be filled with a sort of angry dread. Don't wake up. Daxton crouches down beside him, pulling back some of the fur around his collarbone and showing the swelling red skin beneath. Must have been where he got bit. Of course 911 ain't working. Carl chuckles nervously. I guess it's too late to suck the venom out, right? You know that doesn't actually work. It's just dumb old westerns that made people believe that crap. Well, I had a great-grandpa, or great-great-grandpa, who died of a spider bite. I mean, I think it was a tarantula or something. Tarantulas ain't that venomous. He was old as hell, and there might have been like a fuckload of them. I don't know.
Boys, this is real reassuring talk, but could one of y'all get me one of those first aid kits from the bathroom? It's just around the corner.
Daxton stands up again and nods, heading off. Chase's eyes are fluttering a bit now. Maybe he's having a seizure, or dreaming something real crazy. I can't tell. The salamander returns, clutching a thick metal case that looks like it's from the 90s. Auntie takes it, opening it up and grabbing what she needs like she's done this 100 times before. She applies the cold water to a piece of cloth and presses it against the spot near Chase's neck where the bite is. Once it's damp, she takes an old tube of antibiotic cream and squeezes it out on about a quarter of the contents on the bite spot, then lathers it in. Chase winces, letting out a quiet cry.
Stop!
His voice is high-pitched and kind of pathetic, like a child's.
Oh, don't whine. You're a big boy.
I'd be whining if I was in his position. It's kind of fitting, like Carl said, ain't it though? He looks to me, as if trying to gauge my expression. I'm managing to keep pretty stone-faced despite everything. If he did what y'all are saying he did. I can tell the weird distance Carl and I are keeping from him, despite his sorry state, is unnerving the salamander. Just a couple of hours ago, it was all figured we were old friends and such. Chase begins to sit up, and it's like my heart lurches. I get that feeling in my skull again, like brain freeze. No.
Oh. So that's someone attached to Flynn.
Who's attached to... What the fuck? Why are people attached to other people? Who all is in who?
It's not always just like... it's not always a spirit. It could just be the town.
Like the spirit of Echo?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's also an agent you have to
Jesus
keep track of.
Christ. Fine. No. Only Carl seems to notice as I clutch my temple, the ram giving me a nervous, concerned look. Finally, Chase looks to me. Holy shit!
He's got a portrait.
We see him! I guess we're not from...
He looks wrong.
I guess we're not from his perspective, huh?
Yeah.
And we know it's him. He's got the stupid
He's got that really cool goatee.
Super cool
goatee. Flynn?
Again, with the childlike voice. It's like he's taunting me. I suck in my lips. What the fuck am I supposed to say? I want to slap him again. I want the fucking truth. But he looks fucking pathetic.
Stab him. Everything's stiff. No kidding. Y'all rolled into a damn Black Widow nest, kid. More interesting thing to add to your little movie that you're making of our fair town.
Auntie sighs.
I'm worried you'll have some more contact here in a bit. What? What's
He sees through his teeth as she clutches at his neck.
What's going on?
He reminds me of TJ, like he's about to start crying at a moment's notice or something. I haven't seen him like this in a long time. Is this the real Chase that's actually come out?
Huh?
That's
Question
wild,
mark?
huh?
Huh?
The real Chase hasn't been to the surface since he was a literal child. That's my takeaway. Carl's gaze shifts to the floor.
I feel weird.
Are you okay?
Everything hurts, but it feels different. It's like this isn't a dream. Oh.
It's not? I look to Auntie.
That's slightly frightening.
I
I don't know how long he's been in that state, but just feel like you're looking at your life at like a distance.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm sure that's most of Chase's life
Like
at this point.
50 feet away.
It's pretty depressing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
He's gonna be fine, right?
No.
These bites can be real painful. It could have been nastier with a brown recluse, but it still ain't gonna be fun. Yeah. I'd get him some professional help if I were you.
Recluse?
If that's possible. I'm not gonna die.
Chase peeps up, still clutching at his neck.
Unless you're an infant, elderly, or allergic. It's doubtful.
The otter closes his eyes, letting out a long exhale. Meanwhile, Auntie stands up, heading toward the door.
I need to speak with Mark and see what he found. I'll be outside. Thanks.
As she leaves, I can hear the rumble of engines and hushed murmurs of a small crowd. Then the door shuts and it's quiet again. What's wrong with you, Chase?
A lot.
I try to keep my voice steady, though my vocal cords shrill a bit at it as I say his name. I practiced for years to get rid of the girly gay tinge in my voice after puberty, but times like this, I can't really hide it. Are you like a fucking sociopath or something? Are you getting off to this? You just gonna come home and come thinking about all the pain you caused? Daxton flinches. I can tell he wants to step in Chase's defense. Chase says nothing. I can understand screwing me over, you know? I originally figured you didn't give two shits about Sydney or what happened to him. You just wanted my dick, and that's fine. You followed me back at the river because that's all you wanted. Leo and the rest of your friends be damned. But fuck, it was so much worse. Just admit it. Just say the words.
No.
What? Chase's arms and legs shake as he sits on the floor, craning his neck to look up at me. You're saying you didn't do it, despite what TJ said? He looks toward the door.
You're an asshole, Flynn.
He speaks, his voice still having that squeaky prepubescent cadence to it.
But Sydney was a friggin' evil idiot, and I'm glad he died.
Damn! You're glad you killed him.
I'm glad he died.
That's no secret. Daxton, looking 2 parts tense and awkward, steps further away from the otter. Chase's eyes begin to well up. He looks so weak, but brimming with emotions. The salamander mutters something about checking on the commotion outside and heads outward. The noise from the parking lot is getting louder. I hadn't really noticed. Someone shouts about something, and I hear someone else speaking quickly, trying to calm them. A long silence follows. Carl's like a statue beside the desk, unmoving, not daring to risk drawing attention to himself.
Those last 6 months before it happened, it wasn't him anymore. Or at least, not fully him.
What do you mean?
You remember that one time he got Toby that ice cream cone from the corner shop in Peyton? the cactus theme place that had the agave
Agave, I think.
agave
I think
ice
it's
cream.
pronounced
Yeah, it's
agave.
agave.
Okay.
I pause. It's such a weirdly specific thing that it takes me a moment to recall. It's also fucking strange hearing Chase call TJ Toby again.
He teased him the whole car ride up, and he was upset like usual.
I think you were right that hasn't been present
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, I would believe it.
My God.
Sydney bought him that strawberry waffle cone scoop, the one with the pointy end. He felt guilty, I think, for a while. Toby was talking about Sydney Sunday school or something, and Sydney just took the cone and started trying to stab with the pointy end. It just crushed in on itself, but he wouldn't stop, like he was super into it. Then he just acted like he was scared, not of getting punished or anything, but like just in general, you know.
I remember that. The shop manager was yelling at him, and he looked terrified. I told him not to worry about the townies. My teenage self thought it was hilarious.
Do you remember the moment he decided to do that? The look on his face. It was like a...
Chase clutches at his neck some more, the otter clenching his eyes shut.
thing was in front of him.
Chase gesticulates in front of his head, making a swirling motion before letting both his arms drop limply on the ground. Jesus.
It's like I just woke up from a really, really bad, a long, really bad dream. I haven't been myself in so freaking long.
Out of the corner of my vision, I can see Carl looking at me. The same shit that was happening to Sydney after. What happened to you too? Happened to you? But fuck, I didn't see you do any of that shit until this week.
I don't know. I just had bad dreams at first. Sometimes I'd see the stuff from the dreams in the real world. I just kind of numbed myself to it. And Leo helped me keep my mind off things, I guess.
He looks over to Carl.
Then we went to college, and it wasn't so bad. I stopped taking my medication, and things felt a little better, I guess. Not great. I was still all hollow, but at least I wasn't seeing the demented crap at the end of my bed anymore.
Chase takes a drink from his water bottle, cringing at the pain from each gulp. I don't know what to say. I was beginning to think I was going nuts, like I was seeing shit that wasn't real, but hearing him talk about it out loud, just like Sydney, that weird look he'd have before looking upset or scared or doing something doing some real heinous shit. And Chase was doing it while ordering fucking brunch.
I'm sorry. Something's wrong with me, or was, I don't know.
Guess, we can add that to the checklist of things to ask you on about. Chase begins to stand up groggily.
What?
The front door is pushed open, Jenna standing in the doorway.
Guys, you should get out here.
She spots Chase steadying himself against the desk, her eyes widening and her ears flicking back momentarily.
Oh, Chase, you're here. And wear your clothes.
There's spiders in them. Carl mutters. Cool. Perfect.
Can you imagine someone saying that? Just like the spiders got him.
There's spiders in them. He had to take them off. Oopsie.
Okay, just get out here.
Jenna heads back out. Chase pushes himself off the desk, beginning to walk forward like a zombie from one of those old VHS films we used to watch. Whoa, man. Don't you have, like, some spare touristy shirts and stuff around here somewhere?
How about some pants?
Do you fucking seriously think Echo gets enough tourists to justify merchandise?
I just need to get back to the motel.
Clinic first. The otter stumbles a bit, and though with some hesitation, Carl and I take him by each shoulder and help him to the door. I make sure to grab my rifle, though. You still didn't answer my question. Chase says nothing.
Okay, that's I think that's a good place.
Place to stop.
Stop. Yeah, we got Chase back.
Yeah, we've learned a couple things about him. He's
Isn't
not
it
dead as hell.
Yeah, isn't it nice that he's back?
It's very interesting having him being on this side of the conversation. It's neat.
Or should I say, isn't it nice to finally meet Chase?
Yeah, isn't it nice to
Didn't
finally?
realize how fucked up he was until you're like outside of his perspective.
Yeah.
Oofy, doofy,
Well, I don't know.
bro.
There are scenes where you're reading his internal dialogue, and it's like these are 3 different voices.
Yeah, like 'cause it's just so wildly different from what you maybe would expect.
Yeah.
But it's like,
And it's also kind of like, how much can you really trust Chase now that you don't have like the confirmation of his internal dialogue?
yeah. I mean, like the idea of him. I mean, shit. Oh no. So the idea of him, like, being so repressed, and then I guess maybe when he was taking his medication and seeing shit, he was maybe like, he was maybe seeing himself, or maybe seeing those people inside of him.
Maybe.
Because maybe the medication actually helped him come out, but then he stopped taking the medication.
He said he stopped taking it in college.
And then he stopped seeing weird shit at the end of his bed.
Yeah.
So
It's up in the air.
kind of sucks, bro. Sorry. Sorry, bro. Kind of sucks.
Is what it is.
But I guess until next time,
Yep.
then.
See you around, everyone.